Remember what the clinch is afterwards is, look, if I punch and you duck, then we're in a clinch. Yeah? I don't want to practice being unsuccessful. Let's practice being successful in this. And then we'll talk about the next step, is then duck out of the way, then what to do. Practice scoring. Let's do it. Now we're going to do a different blitz off the angle change. So we're going to do opposite torpedo, but taking their front hand. Yeah? So you might test it. Test with the hand. Alright? Now watch, as I'm moving this time to the angle, look, I'm just creating a little bit of an angle change. To go, well, I want to go there. And step nice and close to their front foot. The same thing after, little push, create that separation. Alright, so I'll do it slowly, look. I'm trying to just get on the outside. Look at my hand. See my hand's tracing his hand, his guard. What I don't want to do is have my guard here to try and move, then I'm going on top, which is what I'm trying to say to you guys, keeping your guard up. When I do that angle change, I want to get that hand on the outside of his hand, then I can come down. Yeah? If I'm moving him with my guard down, yeah, exactly, I'll get hit by something and I can't take his hand. Yeah? I've even had my hand really high up before, move, because then it can go down on top of the hand. Even if he throws a front hand towards me, it just covers it. Then I don't run into him. Yeah? So I'll show you it again. Yeah? Do it slowly, look. Move, look where my hand position is. It's higher than his hand. So come down, look. And I was a bit crafty there. I caught a little clinch in his pad. Yeah, I've got my fingers right in his pad there. Great bit to catch. Why? Try and move away a minute. I can't. Got him. Yeah. Another really good bit, if you can clip part of them. Look, hand. It's there. Why? Because look at that control. He can't get away. Alright? If he's got a long sleeve and the gi's coming down and I can catch a bit of the gi, look at that control. Yeah? I'm in charge completely there. I can do all sorts with him, and what it stops him from doing is running away. So if you do manage to catch something, whether the pad, the wrist, the gi, that's a fantastic control point. It's going to stop them from running away. Alright, so move, angle, hit. Look, I'm just pushing the hand out, separate after, but I want to make sure that we're both moving with each other. Move. Hi. Okay, off you go. Call it an opposite torpedo, or just take the guard, go face. Yeah, it's just gyakuzuki face. It's all about the footwork. Move. Trying to stretch it out. Right, have fun with this one. Good move. Yeah, you see what I mean? Okay, it depends. For me, if it's Jack, because he's smaller than me, it's unlikely that Jack's going to pull back and do that front. If you pull back, it's going to be really hard for Jack to do it. Yeah, on you when you're taller than him. So if I move, and he does punch, he still might clip it, but if the guard is down, just do punch, punch. If there's no guard to take, just move, punch, punch. Yeah? Most of the time the guard's going to be up there, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't think my guard was down, I think I'm slow.
Move. There you go. I'm just trying to move around to the outside there. That's all I'm trying to do. And then go from there. Right, it's about getting your feet set, moving, push, and being able to push. How quick can you pivot on your feet and then blitz? That's where the skill comes in. Right, so move that way, touch through. And back, move, pivot and go. There you go. Good cardio, punch over there. With the chin. There you go. Little move angle. Got it straight away. Very nice, Jesse. Excellent. Next generation coming through nicely. Sensei Ian spoke about it a lot, where you're going to need to be instinctive. Yeah? There's certain times where you need to be instinctive with sweep or a head kick that comes up. But there is going to be a time to be thoughtful and to be analytical and think ahead. And I've had a few competitors that I've fought against over years where I kept losing or running into the same thing, and I had to change up what I was doing. All right. For instance, I kept doing do a little thing and then running into pull back front hand with the left. Okay, so you have to get ways around it. Right, that's where this one comes in. Or turning my second punch into a block. Yeah? Or it could be, look, if I'm going, let's say I'm going right stance, and I know that I'm going to pull back front hand here. If I move blitz, pull back front hand, bang, okay, that keeps happening. They're emptying me out, they're just moving back a little bit, boom, bang, okay. Then we've got to deal with that. So then you're going to have to change your blitz. Move, angle, and you cover it. Alright, so it's about reading your opponent, looking at their tendencies. Yeah? We understand if they want to sit and gag, we understand that do little thing's going to work great there. Because if he punches, look, that misses the line of his gag. Right? Same as if I'm doing opposite torpedoes and they want to gag body, it becomes a race of whose gag's going to get there first. If he's just standing his ground and he's solidly with the gag body, I've got to beat my punch to his punch. So I've got to get there first, which means that if he goes in the same time, who's going to come off worst? Me now. Yeah, because if he goes body and I go up top, crack, just keep your punch out, yeah, boom, he's going to come off worst. Yeah, so you've got to understand where you're doing certain blitzes, you've got to know what your opponent wants to do. So when it comes down to reading them and that in-fight intelligence, you tell out of them, you pull them, or you're watching them in a fight before you go, oh, that's what they want to do. Alright, and then you're changing your blitzes up. So on that night, what we're going to do now is we're going to spar, try and push and pull with your partner, try and set them up for stuff, yeah, and try and read what you think they're going to do and apply the correct blitz. Alright? Let's go. Pads, gum shield, get yourself ready. So we're with our club legend Trish, and we're just, funny enough, we're talking about blitzes tonight. Right. And the code word we have for gyakuzuki-kizamizuki or under over is do little thing. Because that was named after Trish. Sensei goes, do little thing, Trish. That was her favourite, one of your favourite go-tos, yeah?
Absolutely.
And something that you taught me when I was younger was sometimes it doesn't always have to be the same speed. You said sometimes you might start slow, boom, and then speed it up. Also, and that was what we were talking about earlier.
But do you know where that came from?
Go on then, talk to me.
Do you remember our pair techniques when we do for our gradients, etc.? What actually happened was, one of them was, you know, when we go and go down and we do Nagashi.
Yeah, Nagashi.
And I was like, okay, with the pair technique for blue belt, you know, and the second move, and like when they step and
punch over the top,
over the top. And I was like, that would be really cool to do on somebody. And how could I like jukes them, you know, and lure them in to believe that I'm going for the gag. That's what it was. There
we go.
And then it all evolved from there. So.
You'd often plant the seed with the right stance. You'd drop them with a strong punch first.
Absolutely.
And then that would open up the over the top.
If it's not convincing first for the gag, you believe it, and if the person's a donor, you hit them with it.
Exactly.
If they believe it and they try to stifle it, then you break the line, come around the other side. But the good thing from the blue little thing is that it's there for the sweep.
Exactly. Which you loved the sweep, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Who do you think I grew up watching? I grew up watching Trish. That's who inspired me. I want to sweep like Trisha.
But that's everything that I've ever done has been for the end part, which is the sweep. Everything leads to a sweep. If I can get it done in the first technique, do you know what I mean? Like get it done, boom. I don't have to sweep. I want to sweep.
What was your favourite sweep?
Double leg sweep.
Yeah, mine too. What stance? Left or right or both?
I can do both.
Do both. There, see, if you know, you could do both sides. Double leg sweep. That we'll have to do that with the next video.
Absolutely. And
next video. Double leg sweep.
Yeah. I used to do it on Sensei Ian. Yeah. Happy days.
If you're enjoying our content at UK Virtual Training page, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share it with your friends. We've got more content coming soon.